Alright, hey guys, so I'm here with an experiment for you today. So we're going to be talking about weathering versus or compared to erosion. So we have three new vocab words for today. We have weathering. Weathering is the process where rock is dissolved or kind of breaks apart down into smaller pieces, usually caused by natural things like wind, heat, water like rain, things like that, or weather. Then we have erosion. Erosion is the movement of soil, mud, rocks, and other particles. So basically when all the little pieces kind of just start spreading away. And then sediment is very important. So sediment is the transported sand, mud, or rock. So sediment is the little pieces that erode away. So sediment and erosion go together. Okay, so your question for today, actually before we start there, let's get a look in what we have here. So I have three mounds or three hills. We have a hill of sand, we have a hill of dirt, and then we have a hill of dirt that has some grass and some rocks in it. So your handy dandy scientist teacher, Miss Moore, I made sure that every pile has about a cup of, so equal cup. I went digging for some grass and rocks for you guys. I have some dirt here that I went shopping for safely, and then some sand that I ordered. Okay, so what's gonna happen is I want you guys to think about which pile is gonna cause the most erosion. So remember, erosion is when the sediment or the little pieces kind of start spreading away. So for the pile of sand, the pieces that would spread away would of course be the little pieces of sand. You can kind of see I missed a few spots and there's some sand and dirt already in there. So for this pile, you want to think of how much of it is going to spread away. Okay, so how many little pieces or how much sediment. And then for this pile here with the rocks, you want to think maybe, I don't know, if the rocks or the grass can kind of change or how much it erodes or how much erosion happens. Okay? All right, so I am going to cause some weather to happen. So I want you to imagine that this tall glass of water is like a little sprinkle, maybe some rain. So let's see what happens when I add about the same amount of water to each pile. I wonder which one would erode the most when weathering happens. Just gonna try to sprinkle it a little bit. That was not a little bit. I'll do the same amount. And the same amount. I think that was the same amount. Which one has the most erosion? Do you see the sediment? Remember that the sediment is the little particles, so like the mud, the rocks, the dirt, that kind of starts to spread away. So that was just a little sprinkle of rain. Or maybe it's if a gardener were watering the plants. Now, I'm gonna create a downpour like we had yesterday, which I'm actually really excited about. So, I wonder what would happen. Let's say there's a wave that comes at the beach. Oh no. That's what would happen. What if there was a wave that came at, well, not a wave, rain pour. Ooh. Rain pour. Which one or which pile or hill do you think had the most erosion? And why do you think so? Is it this pile of sand? Is it this pile of dirt? Or is it the pile of dirt that had grass and rocks? Do we think that the grass and rocks affected it? Maybe. And have you ever noticed anything like this ever happened before? Maybe you were on a walk outside. Maybe you were at the beach. Maybe you got stuck in the rain yesterday. I'm gonna create some wind. Maybe, maybe it'll affect something. Maybe not. So come closer so you can see that. Maybe. No, no wind. So, with all of the wet dirt, I think that affected nothing. But imagine what would happen if it was windy and rainy, especially if you're on the beach. I mean, I remember being on the beach a few times and the sand blowing in my eyes. That's not fun. So we're just gonna take a moment and check out all of these different piles. So our question is, which pile was affected the most? And why do you think that happened?